All right, let's get into it. In this video, I'm going to talk about exactly what success looks like in Crucible. There are a million ways that you could create a coaching program, a lot of ways that are going to differ from what I teach and what I do. But you have to understand, of course, that everything that I'm about to show you, all the steps that we're about to take, are what I have found to be the simplest path to start a coaching program that is successful. We're going to get into what that looks like in a second, but I just want to establish kind of the baseline. There are a lot of existing expectations that you have that have been accumulated before we even met, right? What you've seen on social media. Maybe you've joined a coaching program yourself and either had a great experience or it was a bad experience. All these things have contributed to you having this idea of what success looks like in your own journey of launching a coaching program. And it's very important that we have the exact same expectation. That way, once you reach the finish line of my program, you can actually be satisfied and you can actually look at me and say, dude, he helped me get there, or he did not, right? I want you to have that clarity. I want you to be able to have that binary outcome of were you successful in Crucible or not? And the only way we can get there is if we establish what that success looks like, and I like to call it the finish line. The only way that I can really do this is to explain what that finish line is and then actually show you what successful coaching programs look like. That way we can get all of the confusion and mysteriousness about what a successful coaching program looks like because I'll actually show you it. And so this is by far the most valuable way that I have found to just not only set the expectation, but also help you kind of hold that standard of oh, yeah, that's what I'm building the entire time we're working on these steps. So before I show you what a successful coaching program is and what it looks like, I want to talk about where you're at right now because I relate, right? You are extremely knowledgeable about what you do. Your knowledge, your passion, your hobby, your skill, your talent, whatever solution you figured out that's made your life better that you want to share with other people, it's frustrating because you have it, it's there. You just don't know how to materialize that knowledge into something that you can monetize. And you obviously want to make money teaching people this skill or passion or hobby, but you just don't know where to start. It's instantly overwhelming, the thought of packaging or putting all of your knowledge somewhere for people to consume or pay you for it. And this has either been the reason that you have not started before, or this is the reason you're starting with me because you're the only way that I can figure this out and get over this hump is if I actually work with somebody that knows how to build a coaching program. That's obviously why you're here. I just want to say I know exactly what it's like. I know how frustrating it is knowing that you are worth something, that you have a knowledge that can genuinely bless other people's lives, genuinely help other people, and you just don't know how to give it to them. And you definitely don't know how to make money doing it. Let's talk about what the finish line looks like. And I like to use the word finish line because when you think about a race, right, you either get to the finish line and finish the race or you don't. You can only be on one side or the other. And that's helpful because I want you to know the day that you cross the Crucible finish line, I want you to be able to point at it. I want you to be able to say, I did it, or I'm not there yet, right? And I want you to be able to work towards that goal. And so in Crucible, there are actually two finish lines. One of them is kind of like a 5K, right? It's like a smaller race. And then the other one is like a marathon. It's going to take us a lot longer. And so the very first finish line that I have for anybody that comes into Crucible, especially in my free community, is that in 72 hours of joining, I will help you validate your coaching idea and identify if it has the potential to make money, right? So again, I don't know, we haven't maybe met yet, but you again have a knowledge or skill that you think is valuable. I want you to be able to know with certainty that in 72 hours, that idea that you have around coaching or teaching somebody what it is that you do is either A, going to be a successful coaching program and it's going to be a business that makes money and people will pay you for it, or B, it's not worth building. It's too difficult. There's too many obstacles in the way, and it's going to be better for your time and investment to maybe consider something else. And this finish line is important for every single one of my students to cross because you need to be able to validate and have that confidence in knowing, I know that I'm building this coaching program because I know that it has legs. I know that it will get somewhere, and I know that it is actually a worthwhile business. Now, you might think that I would tell all of my students, dude, your coaching program is great. You want to teach people how to put on sandals. Yeah, let's go build it. Pay me and I'll teach you. I'm actually more incentivized to discourage people that don't have a valid or realistic coaching program idea. Because if I am responsible for helping you reach that finish line, and if I see a lot of obstacles, I mean, we're going to have to fly over mountains to get there. I'm going to encourage you not to move forward and to pay for my services of working with you one-on-one to help you get there. Of course, because I know that as your coach, I'm responsible for helping you reach the second finish line that I'm about to show you. And if I see a lot of issues in my ability to help you get there, I will let you know. And I will encourage you to go somewhere else or do something else. So that brings me to the second finish line, which this is the big race, right? This is the marathon that we're trying to race together. And that is in 90 days, I will help you launch an online coaching program that makes $100,000 a year. That's a very big commitment from my end. And that's a very big, goal for me to give you, right? You may or may not have joined Crucible with that goal in your mind. And that's okay. Maybe you don't actually want to make $100,000 a year with your coaching program. You only want to make $50,000. Regardless of that, every single thing that I do as your coach, every resource I build, every video I make, everything that I do is focused around me helping you reach this finish line. And so, look, now that we've established what that finish line is, you still might have some ambiguity about it, like a coaching program. What is a coaching program? Do I have to offer one-on-one? Are we talking about a course here? Like, what is a coaching program? And like $100,000 a year, am I supposed to hit that in 90 days? Like have $100,000 in 90 days? So let's talk about it. What I mean by $100,000 a year, I mean that the business itself, because we're building a business here, is on track to make $100,000 in revenue in a calendar 12 months, right? So meaning your coaching business is on track to generate $8,300 or more every single month, right? And so, of course, I know, and the expectation is not that you're going to have $100,000 in the bank account 90 days from now, but that your coaching program will be completely built out. You'll have your offer pack, like everything ready to go and finished, and that you will even have sales in the pipeline so that you can say, oh my gosh, yes, I am on pace to do 100 grand this year, assuming things keep going how they're going. And what's cool is even once we reach that finish line, we're still going to work together. Like, I'm not just going to be like, all right, see you, dude, like later. Crucible's vision is that I actually will partner with as many of my students as possible and as many as students as it makes sense for both of us. That's a whole nother conversation for another day, and we'll get there when we get there. But I'm investing my time, talent, and skills into you so that we can actually eventually partner and we get to bring our skills together. And I can help you take that coaching program that we build together from $100,000 a year to maybe even like $100,000 a month, which I've done 5 times myself. And the reason why this works is because you have a knowledge or skill set that would take me a lifetime to learn, and I have a knowledge or skill set that would take you 2 lifetimes to learn, respectively. And so again, we've established the finish line, but I want to help you see like everything that's around the finish line, right? And what does a successful coaching program actually look like? So by the end of the 90 days, you will have a clear dream outcome for your students. My dream outcome for you is that you have a coaching business that generates $100,000 in a year. That's my dream outcome. That's Crucibles. It's clear as day. You're going to have your own dream outcome that you instill in your students and that you optimize your entire coaching program around. You're going to have a well-packaged, no-brainer offer that you can charge money for. No-brainer meaning that when somebody hears about what you do and they're your target customer, or they see you on social media, or they see your ad, they talk to you on the phone, whatever it is, it's an immediate yes. They're like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for this. This is exactly what I needed. Let's move forward. Like, there's no reason I won't, right? And so that's what we're optimizing for. You're going to have a finished student walkthrough. The student walkthrough is what you're watching this video on right now. It's comprised of learning and actions, which I'm going to talk about more in a minute. But this is going to be one of the most valuable resources where it's really just you dumping all of your knowledge in an organized way so that, again, your students can learn and, more importantly, take specific actions that you lay out for them. Actions that are in order for them to accomplish the dream outcome by the time that they're done working with you. You're going to have a fully formed, well-branded business that we're going to build together with a brand kit, logos, the LLC formation, contracts, your bank account, the ability to make money, all that stuff figured out. We're going to build that together. I make all those decisions with you. If it wasn't obvious by now, we're doing all of this one-on-one together, right? That's why you're in this community, is I'm actually offering to help you make these decisions in the process of building your coaching program so that every single thing I tell you to do is something that I would do because I'm putting myself in your shoes. You're going to have a website, a school community, a sales funnel, and social media profiles that again expand on that branded business presence where when people see you, they go from your social media to your school page to your website and they're like, yeah, this they look like they've been in business for years. That's what we want to go for. You're going to have a customer acquisition method that I've used on every single one of my coaching programs to consistently get clients. You're going to have a killer sales funnel that takes leads online, random people you don't know, and turns them into cash. And you're going to have a community where all of your students are in one place. And the coolest part is you own this community. It's yours. You're going to have a simple onboarding process for making sure that all of your students are successful, they're nurtured, they're not getting left in the weeds. Something I've learned over the years of doing coaching is nothing's worse than somebody with a lot of potential who believes in your program, but life hits them in the face and they fall through the cracks because you just didn't follow up with them well enough. I have a really simple way to keep them in the loop and make sure that they don't go anywhere. And the last thing, and in my opinion, the most important thing, is at the end of the 90 days, the end of us working together, we're actually going to have a relationship. We're not just going to be two random strangers who, you found my thing online and whatever, and you joined to try and make money. You're going to know me. You're going to know like who I am, my family, what like things that I'm passionate about. And you're going to be able to use me as a tool in your belt to actually help you continually scale your coaching program. And so now that I've tried to kind of explain at the broad scale of like what it is that you're going to have at the end of the 90 days, let's show you some examples. So like I said, you're going to have a website. You literally get to use my exact website template that I've made. You can copy and paste this. You can knock out your website in like less than 30 minutes because I've already built it out for you. You're going to have your dream outcome up top. You're going to have a video that we film and I help you film together that explains what your program is, entices people to set up a call with you and join. You're going to have all the features of your program laid out on your website. I mean, it's going to be a great way of establishing your presence. You're going to have a school community just like this where people can learn everything that they need to. They're going to have the community aspect where they can talk to each other, brush shoulders with other students going through the same steps that they're going through. One of the coolest parts about this is you're going to have students that are so bought into what you're doing and helping your community grow on top of your efforts of growing it that they will answer questions for you. It's like the coolest thing ever. You're going to have the ability to do live calls in here. It's phenomenal. You're going to have, like I said, a CRM, something that you can manage all of your students in one place. I have 29,000 leads in here. I'm not texting all these people myself manually. No freaking way. And I definitely don't even need to hire somebody to do that because this CRM that I will literally give you has automations that can follow up with leads, can text people out of the blue, uses AI setters to set appointments with people that might want to move forward in your program. It's incredible. Yeah, it's hard to explain how valuable this is if you've never used it before and if you don't know what it is, but you will very quickly see by the end of the 90 days, this tool alone is worth every single dollar that you invest in working with me. Now that we've talked about some of the nitty gritty, I want to actually show you a couple of live coaching programs and communities that are good embodiments of what we're trying to build here, right? My goal in showing you everything for Crucible first is I like to believe that I'm the shining example. At least I try to be. But I want to show you a couple other real life coaching programs that are making a lot of money right now around topics that you would just be completely blown away with. I really want to show this to you so that you can start shattering any limiting beliefs that you might have that you're not special enough or you're not an expert enough in whatever it is that you want to teach people about. And so let me show you an example. This guy has a coaching community that helps people reach an 800 credit score. That is a very specific outcome, and he has very specific solutions for helping somebody do that. You'll notice that this community, which makes $16,000 a month, by the way, just teaching people about credit, and he's selling it for $8 a month. This community, it does not say learn about credit or learn about your credit score. It's a very specific outcome he is trying to help his students accomplish. And we're going to do the exact same thing with your program. And you're going to see that repeat over the next couple examples. This coaching program is making $26,000 a month and it only has 700 members. He helps people recover from injuries quickly and more specifically with like knee pain. And so you ask yourself the question, are there more than 750 people in the United States or in the world for that matter that have knee pain that want to recover from it? I mean, I crashed my dirt bike like 3 years ago and it still bothers my shoulder. So this guy is making $26,000 a month solving a specific solution for people. This lady has a coaching community that's making $68,000 a month teaching women how to get through menopause, how to lose weight, how to feel better, how to manage hormones, all of those things. She's providing an amazing solution that most doctors most modern medicine does not solve. And again, she's making a lot of money because of it. This last example, if you're a Disney adult, please don't take any offense, but there's a community right now making $12,000 a month that helps Disney adults lose weight. Oh my gosh, that couldn't be more niche and like harder to grow. Like in my opinion, if a student would have proposed this idea to me, I probably would have said, dude, I think that that's too small of an audience, maybe. But if that doesn't prove to you that no matter what you might think, that there is an opportunity for us to work together to figure out what is it that you know that most people don't, and that those people would pay you to learn. I promise you, if you follow the next steps that you're about to go through, it's going to be very clear what that is. And so jumping back, how are we going to reach the marathon equivalent of like launching a business that's on track to do 6 figures a year in 90 days? How are we going to get there? The answer is honestly Crucible. Every single thing that you see in Crucible, every video I make, every resource I've built, every message I send you, everything that I do is optimized on my end for me to help you reach this finish line. I want 100% of my students to be successful, and I desperately mean that. Every resource that you see and that I've given you, please use it for what it is. The step-by-step walkthrough. I've spent hundreds of hours and so much money putting my time and energy into making it as simple and as easy as possible for you to just smash through the steps ahead of you. The daily one-on-one feedback I give you is so that at every single milestone, at every single point, when you need to make a decision about your coaching program and why you should do certain things, it's there to help you get to this finish line. The group calls we do, the accountability check-ins that I do, everything is there to help you succeed. And again, succeed means make a coaching program that does 6 figures a year. That's what it means for me. I hope that's what it means for you. So I've created all of these resources. I've done all of these things so that I can remove obstacles that are just naturally in your way for you. And right now, the only obstacle that's left, and I'm going to be completely honest, the only obstacle that is stopping you from getting to the end of the 90 days with me is if you give up. That is the only reason. If I don't hear from you, if we can't make progress together, if you don't share feedback of issues you're struggling with, things like that, then I can't help you. If you give up, I can't do anything. There's two sides to one-on-one. There's two sides of us working on this thing together. And if you give up, there's nothing I can do. So if that's something you can control, then you should have nothing to worry about. And so now that we've talked about all this, we know what the finish line is, and we know what a successful coaching program looks like. The only thing left to do is to take action. So I want you to write one sentence that describes what success in Crucible, in my program, looks like to you. What does success actually look like to you? Write it down. Of course, I just gave you the finish line, but success for you might mean something more than $100,000 a month, right? It might mean X amount of lives that you want to impact. It might mean having experiences in life and giving back to your family, retiring a loved one, whatever it is. Share it, because I want to see this in your student walkthrough. I want to know what success looks like to you on top of what I've shared, so that we can get there together. So with that being said, go knock that out, and I'll see you on the next one.